Alright guys, today we're going to take a look at another one of these nasty BKS cylinders that Robin sent to me. This is the B8900. It came as a half cylinder, so I didn't have to cut this. I'll probably be able to take it apart. I think I've got a tool that'll remove those two washers and we can actually disassemble this, provided I can get it picked. So when you take a look at that keyway, it almost looks like those pins are in there at a slight angle. I can't tell if that's just a reflection or they really are. The first one does look like some kind of security pin, so I would imagine they all are. It's a 5-pinner. It could be 6 pins, I guess, but they didn't pin up that last one. I do think Robin went to a little bit of trouble to pick out an extra nasty bitting. So reaching those really high cut, or at least that really high cut one right there, hiding behind that, what is probably the lowest possible cut, in a keyway like this might be a little bit of a problem. We'll see if we can get in there. It does work beautifully. No dragging, no nothing, just beautiful German work. Let's go ahead and put this in a vise. See if I can figure out how to pick it. All right, guys, I got that as best as I can clamped up there, and the actuator gets caught, but there's not a lot on the back of this half cylinder to grip in the vise. So if we get turned anywhere around in there, you know it's picked. I'll pull it out and we can turn the core. I'm going to use some top of the keyway. I think that one's about right. Yep. And here's why I'm going to use the top of the keyway. Normally I would like to use bottom of the keyway and put him down here like this, but because those pins are literally sitting on that little ledge on the right here, the pins are literally resting on that edge, I wouldn't be able to get the pick in there under them without probably oversetting somebody. So what I'm going to do is use top of the keyway, see if I can slide him up in there, and that way I'll just slide the pick in like so, and then I can move him around that ledge and pick kind of at an angle like that, and eventually, I hope, rotate him up there and use that little ledge as my leverage. That's my plan. At least that's the first plan. And what really happens, who can say? All right, now, let's try to keep everything focused. Try to keep my thumb out of there. I think that'll work. All right, I'm going to use this little guy. It's a German lock. I always go with the German pick, the V Victor 07 from Multipick. And that's because it's the deepest hook. It's a copy of the SS Dev. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to do this without dragging the tension out. I'm going to try to just drag at first with light tension. Maybe I can drag up a false set. I know it has security pins because I saw one. So it has at least one, and being German, I know they're probably all 5 security pins. Don't think I'm getting anything here. No love. I'm afraid to drag it too far. I'll drag out that tensioner. Let me try a little heavier tension and try to rake something up. And he may not be going up around that corner. I really don't know. Let's give up on that and let's just see what we got here. Moderate tension. All right, I can see he's getting caught over in the ledge over here. I literally have to, I'm being forced to rotate this around, even though it might overset something. And I'm sure BKS thought of that. There was a little counter rotation on one, it felt like. I got a click, but no false set. Even this thin pick doesn't seem like he wants to go all the way up around that curved part of the keyway. I'm going to do some more dragging here with a little heavier upward pressure, but light tension. It really is getting caught up in there. Really strong springs in this lock. Nothing. All right, I'm going to move to a different pick. Try this guy. It's 25 thousandths. This is the PN07, also from Multi-Pick. Try to go from this ledge here. That was pin 2. Oh, I felt a little click. Felt a little turn on the core there when I touched pin 3. Looking for counter rotation. That was pin 2, and I am getting counter rotation. I was. It's gone away now. Okay, I'm going to go to the deepest hook. This is the V Victor 04 SS Dev copy. The absolute deepest, and see if I can even get him in there. All right, I'm going to do the dragon again. And he's probably going to get caught up even worse than the other one. Yeah. Oh, I do have a fault set. I will take it. Let's see if he can force himself around that curve. Come on, give me some counter rotation, somebody. And there he is. Pin 2, counter rotation, so he's a spool. I'll take it. But we have less of a false set now. I might have overset him, guys. Let's see if I can lighten up on my tension, see if I can drag him back down. Come on, fault set. Okay, I've got the fault set back. Let's try number 2 again, see if he fell back down. Nope. All right, there it is. Feels like pin 1. I am going to try the V07 again to get behind my tensioner off of this little ledge because I can't get him around that curve. I believe that is counter rotation right there. Got a click and I lost the fault set. Let's drag it back down, get that fault set back. There's something back there that's acting as a gatekeeper. And now we have a deep fault set. Come out. I'm literally forcing stuff back there. It's on the verge of breaking the pick. Come on. All right, let's try somebody up front from the other ledge. Come on. All right, let's try the dragon thing again. I'm going to drag a little further out, take a chance on pulling out my tensioner. And there we go. I'll take it. That was ugly. I mean, really ugly. Let me back this up a little bit so we keep everything in frame. That was really ugly. That is a nasty, nasty keyway trying to fit up inside of there. Especially given the bitting on this thing. I mean, this obviously was, that really low cut was obviously giving me a lot of problems to get back inside of there. The only thing that saved me was having the right pick and then dragging. I guess I dragged it loose. Anyway, let me go ahead and I'm going to pull this apart. This may take a minute, but I think I can make it work. All right, had a lot of potential for disaster there, but somehow I managed to get around that. All right, see what we got here. Still only 5 pins. There's room for 6, but I don't know why they didn't do that. It was enough trouble, though, believe me, with just 5. We got a standard, standard. I could have swore that first one was a security pin. Standard, standard, standard. All standards. Nothing weird about the core. No undercutting, no weirdness. Nothing other than my incompetence to explain why this was so hard. There's got to be something up here. If it's all standards, I'll never put this video. All right, nice spool. Beautiful spool. Steel to as a anti-drill measure. Pin 2, also a nice spool, but this one is brass. Now we knew 1 and 2 were spools. All right, look at this guy. We have reduced diameter on both ends, and that would explain a fault set that would act like a spool, but would get caught in the shear line. All right, number 4, same thing, reduced diameter on both ends. And the final one is a standard. So when I raked it, I raked the standard pin out of position, and it hooked up at the shear line either on one of these 2 spools or the end of one of these 2 reduced diameters. I don't see any point in taking the springs out. It is a factory, let's dump them. It is a factory lock, so they're all going to be the same. I'll just put them all over here. Anyway, guys, here's what we're looking at. Let me straighten this up just a little bit. Nothing too crazy, but given the tolerances, the keyway, and the really distinct lack of feedback other than the counter rotation of those first 2, again, I gotta claim luck. I obviously raked something in the back there in order to get that open. So I believe I probably picked the 2 spools and probably picked one of those in the back. I think it was pin 4 if I recall. The other 2 I probably raked open using the tip of that pick. Anyway, guys, just proof luck does count. An open is an open. Appreciate your time. Stay safe. Stay legal. Robin, thank you, sir, for the lock. And yes, I am working on the EVA, but that may just have to go straight to the naughty bucket. Thanks, guys.